cut most of my pieces. I'm gonna start with the bottom and then I'm gonna attach the back to it. I'll be adding clamps to it while I'll pre-drill holes and put some glue. I've cut a strip of wood which is just half of the width of the wood that I'll be using for the bottom and the back. And what I'm going to be using this is a reference to draw a line so that I know that where I can pre-drill and screw the back in. This will be right in the middle of the back. I added some glue and I've clamped them so that I have some help while I'm putting in some screws. And with a damp towel, just to remove any excess of glue that's squeezed out. We're going to do a first dry fit to see how it fits in how the cabinet fits in the frame. I'm going to remove these two stop blocks and let it slowly, hopefully, fall down and see how it fits there. Our nice little cabinet. Here is the cabinet. I placed the middle shelf in. It's screwed from the bottom and from the back, so nice and steady. I'm now going to add some glue on every borders and then just place the top on top. I'm going to start working on the fence systems. I have marked already the shape that I want the first part of the fence to be. So I'll be making on the table saw a cut until here and then a cut this other way, and basically this part will come out, and this L-shaped leftover will be the first part of our fence systems, which is going to be attached right here. I have temporarily placed the top of the cabinet. I'm going to put 4 screws on each corner just to keep it stuck so that it doesn't move. It's not going to be permanently in. I will need to remove it. The reason for that is that I now have the fence, part of the fence system closed, and I need to find out precisely when it needs to be screwed, because once this is screwed in, I do not intend to remove it or adjust it. It has to be final. I've marked all around where the screws will go in, but for the moment I'll be only putting 4. The rail for the fence is now fully bolted. I had to change the plan. The original idea was to put 2 bolts a little bit about 10 to 12 centimeters spaced, but because of the cabinet under and the second ceiling that I have under, the top bolt was going to ending up in the cabinet, and the bottom one, well, there was just not enough space for me to drill here. The actual drill would hit this side here, and I couldn't not go any deeper. So I decided to go right in the middle of it, between the 2 original holes, and instead of leaving 10 centimeters, I left less, about 7 centimeters from each bolt. So I ended up putting about 9 of them, and on this side this basically worked as I originally planted. 6 bolts right where I wanted them. Everything is really strong. You're just not going to move this. Here, where the fence will actually be running on top of it. This is the same piece of wood that came off when I attached this L-shaped fixture here. I've cut a lot of these little pieces. They are all completely the same, and they're big enough just so that behind here, this space, the fence can start sliding. So I'll be placing all of this along the rail and then clamp it together so that the wood, even though I can see here already it's touching, but here there is a little gap. But once I clamp it, the wood will take the shape of this, which is straight, and eventually it will come out straight. It's all clamped up now. I'm going to start pre-drilling the holes from underneath. I basically have this amount of space to make 2 holes, one beside each other, all the way along. There is not much space, but I prefer to try and put these 2 screws than instead just one beside each other. I think it'll be much better in the long run.